Hello everybody! My name is Mathis and welcome to Dark Souls 3. It's been a long time coming. I'm actually recording this really far in advance to the game actually launching, so I apologize if you guys leave tips and stuff. I'm gonna have many episodes recorded well before the game actually launches. I've kept myself relatively dark on the game for the most part. I played through the first about hour of the game on my own, testing out recording settings, making sure everything's recording perfectly, basically getting myself into as many situations as I could that would push my CPU while recording. Everything's working perfectly fine. So I apologize if I'm not 100% blind on the first hour or so of the game, but after a certain point, I have no idea what's happening. So we're going to start a fresh new game. Don't mind any recent saves. I have a test save and then like my save where I played for about an hour. But we're going to go with a brand new game right now and watch the cutscene.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
That's our opening cutscene. One thing I'm going to try and do here is to kind of take my time and really kind of enjoy and explore the world. Because one thing I really like about the Dark Souls games is the lore and its vaguity. And I'm curious what the storyline of this is. I mean, from what I remember of Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, when a fire flame, only one person comes and rekindles the fire. So why when this fire starts going out, are many Lords of Cinder rising from their grave, and clearly they're hollow, and they've abandoned their throne. So that's going to be our job, is to get them and reclaim them. But why? Why? I'm curious. Anyway, here's our classes: Knight, Mercenary, Warrior. I want to take a look. Yeah, Warrior, Herald, common thief, assassin, sorcerer, pyromancer, cleric, and deprived. You know, the usual. I think what I'm going to end up doing is going with knight. From what I've read is basically all builds that you want to do with the exception of magic and faith. Knight is the best base to start with. No matter what you want to do, he is your best start. So I'm going to stick with knight because it's easier. And I'm going to go with burial gift. I think lucky coins is one that I want. Not life ring, black bombs. Rusted gold coin. Basically, this will help me find more items. So I'm going to grab that. Face presets. I think the one I liked was Londor, Shadow of Death. A lifeless face, almost that of a hollow. Londor is a realm of those hollow and old. We're going to look at all of them and read them all. The oh-so plain face of a commoner. Everyone has imperfections, but a commoner without flaws is a rare creature indeed. The face of a warrior, as if hewn from rock. It's been long whispered in jest, northerners are born weathered and old. A store noble. The features of a true blue blood. Blue of eye and fair of hair. A little reminder of Astora's former glory. Dragon Academy student. Intelligent face with fine lines, often ribbed for looking like apprentice. Karim novice. Damn. The face of a cheerless cleric of Karim. Novice is used as something of a derogatory term for men of the cloth. Katarina Merrymaker. The large eyes and mouth give this face a look of jubilation. From Katarina, known for its zest for life and love of drink. Serpentine Traveler. An uncommon face defined by its narrow eyes and thin lips. Some praise it as the visage of a true dragon. Great Swamp Outcast. A uniquely deformed face, or perhaps merely ugly. Prejudice births malcontents, and malcontents swarm to the Great Swamp. And then this is the one I read. And then this one, the features of the old gods, as if from legend. They say children born like this are fated to be taken to the Boreal Valley. That could be cool. I don't know, Londor, the one looks like I'm a hollow, or, yeah, let's go with this one. That's neat. Doesn't really matter because we're not going to see our face in general. Let's see. We'll go mature voice, physique. Doesn't really matter. I really don't plan on doing too much character creation because I just want to get into the game. It's weird. Dark Souls 3 is definitely a merge of like the old Dark Souls combat and Bloodborne. Haven't played a ton of Bloodborne, but I've played a little of it, and it's definitely a very different game. It's definitely a merger of those two combats. But we are the Ashen One, an undead, not hollow or something that's going hollow apparently, but slightly different. So as the bells toll, we too arise, the Ashen Ones. Now I'm curious because, you know, they said we're not even fit to be Cinder, and obviously the undead we played was that of you know, they could relink the flame essentially in the old stories. So I know how the controls work. Don't worry about it. So why are we playing Ashen Ones? One thing that I absolutely adore about this game is just how fucking beautiful it is. There is definitely some art direction straight out of Bloodborne. Like, there are definitely some Bloodborne things going on here. But our first little undead. Ooh, alright. So we have not a fat roll. We have a little backstab going right off the bat. And, yeah, like I said, the combat is much faster. It's still slower than Bloodborne, kind of by a country mile. But it is still, it's also, like I said, it's just a nice in-between of the two. Soul of a Desecrated Corpse. One of the things we're going to be doing here in the tutorial area, if I remember to do it, is to, we have 7 rusted coins here, is to fight an optional enemy that we are allowed to fight pretty early on. Also, you can note something here, where we get our Ashen Estus Flask. So there is, in the way magic works in this game is straight out of a mana bar, not at anything else. There's not like magic worked in Dark Souls 1 and 2. Back to the mana bar, and this is actually a mana regen. That Estus Flask. Also, note this guy kind of looks a little bit like Oscar from Dark Souls 1. And he's kind of up against a bowl that may look like a Lord Vessel from the first Dark Souls game. A little harken back, and I'm curious why. He also had an Ashen Estus Flask. What was he doing? Why is he here? Interesting. Alright, let's continue. Yes, we can guard. But more importantly, we can backstab! That area is just purely to teach us to backstab. A fading soul. That's another thing I've noticed is like, what the fuck? Who shot that arrow at me? I'm gonna let this guy come at me first. Actually, no, I'm just gonna come at him. You're dead. So the testing footage I did, basically, I was playing as a mercenary just because I wanted to try it out. A lot more dex-based, but the weapons are a lot weaker, but they kind of thrive on dual wielding. Very, very different from playing the knight, who hits a lot harder. Anyway, what we're gonna do first is come up here. And our first bonfire is gonna be coming up ahead, which is great because we're gonna need it just in case I die to this mob that I'm gonna go back and fight. Oh, look at this. It's beautiful. So we are far up north in the world. We're not anywhere near Anna Orlando or anything. This is just Lothric, obviously, far, far up north. And one of my favorite things about the game is just how beautiful it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. But first, we're going to light this bonfire. Nice quick walk back to where our little optional guy is. And we're going to give him a good old tussle, and hopefully we're going to be able to beat him. Love the armor, man. One of my favorite things about this game, and one of the reasons I really like playing sword and board characters in the Souls games, is just because how pretty the armor is. Now, granted, a lot of the armor is, you know, mostly pointless, as, you know, most bosses can one or two shot you regardless. But it's just the art style of the game. The armor that always looks like worn, torn, and absolutely destroyed. So the first time I came down here, should be a warning right here that says turn back. And I was very confused. Why are you telling me to turn back? What could be up here? And I was like, oh man, this is kind of weird. And then I kind of turned the corner. I was like, oh, this looks like an open area. Oh, is it a boss fight? It's not a boss fight, but it is our first optional fight. Hello, Crystal Man. I'll show you what he is afterward. Ooh, shit. He's not, like, I beat him. But it's definitely different. Okay, we're not hitting maybe as hard as I thought we were. Ooh, good swipe, good swipe. I don't think I've seen that attack yet. And we kind of lost lock on him because he kind of clipped. But we're going to try and get behind him. Oh, shit. I'm going to die. No, back, man, back. Drinking Estus is way faster than it used to be, too. Ooh, God. He does a little rolly McGigger there. We can do this. Back up. Just play it safe, man. 3 is kind of like the safe attack that I've had on this guy so far. I don't want any of what you're selling, sir. Definitely not doing 100% as well as I'd like. Sometimes I've been able to stun him, or like stagger him a couple times, like so. And then he kind of wanders off, and I have to, like, attack him. Move! Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh! Okay, perfect. We can down our Estus. I'm tempted to do another one, but I'm not gonna. Back up. He's gonna bite. We're fine. We can use all of our Estus here, no problem. Because we do have a bonfire not far. Easy. This should finish him. Perfect. All right. That was a little bit scary, but we got a Titanite scale, which is very, very, very valuable. If we go into our inventory and read it, we'll learn why that guy was so effing huge. Titanite altered by soul reinforces soul transposed weapons by +4. In rare cases, crystal lizards devour souls, growing into monstrous proportion and leaving these great scales. So those little Titanite lizards that you see running around, yeah, this asshole ate some souls. He was one of those, and then he ate some souls and became gigantic. One of the themes you kind of see running in this game too, Unknown Traveler, is like you see. I remember seeing. Maybe I'm wrong, but in Dark Souls 1 in particular, a little bit Dark Souls 2, the souls were like soul of an unknown hero, of an unknown traveler, blah blah blah. In this one, it's a lot more depressing in that the souls are like a faded soul, a soul of a desecrated corpse. It seems like this world and whatever timeline we're playing in right now is more on the brink of the Age of Darkness than any of the other Dark Souls worlds we've come to know, which is interesting. And, you know, according to Dark Souls lore, which, you know, everything that has a beginning has an end, trying to prolong the Age of Light is always scary because it can cause problems and you don't really want to do it, and that's how the undead curse came about in the first place, thanks to Lord Gwyn and all. But it's interesting that this world that we're in particular is like crazy in desperate need of help. Anyway, full Estus, we can kind of go about it again. Yeah. Two-shot on these guys. They're getting a little tougher. Alright. Let's go carefully. Be careful. The game likes to try and jump you with enemies early on. We're just going to clear out and do a little exploration if we can. This guy's just kind of chilling here. Alright, good stuff. So down here... I actually don't know if I've come down here before. Oh, I don't think I have. I think I ignored this last time, and I kind of regret it because I don't know what it is. This guy's just going to fall off the edge, it seems. So we can kind of beat on his shield until he gives up. But that doesn't matter. Firebombs, always useful. Trust me, from some of the enemies I fought in my little pre-session, that is going to be very useful for me because of the way I play. Alright, so we got some firebombs, always useful. Let's swing back up and around. Again, look how beautiful. Just the architecture of this game. So we can jump. Oh, right. I missed this last time. We can try and make it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And we got Titanite Shard out of it. Holy crap, I missed that last time. That is super good. While falling, plunge attack. Yep. Alright. We all know the plunge attack well enough. Is he guarding anything? Or is just kind of there to be a little tutorial for me? Sorry, sir. Not today. Alright, we're about to fight our first little boss here. So this particular boss is interesting because I'm curious what his purpose is. He kind of sits here, and in order to complete it, you need to beat him. For reasons that you'll see here momentarily. But his name is, his purpose is interesting. He looks, and what I've read, you know, being almost curious if what I thought of him was correct, and it kind of is. He basically looks like he's here to judge, in a way, the Ashen Ones. Are they worthy to progress or not? Because we can kill this guy, and if we do, we get what we're gonna get out of him. But if you look at him too, he's got this protruding black mass, what I assume is the abyss coming out of him as well. And this thing is keeping him dead. However, he's not fully dead. So what we're going to do is remove the sword, because we're dumb. And the sword is going to disappear. And now we have to fight him. We're just going to do as much fucking damage as we can right out the gate. Iudex Gundyr. We're doing pretty good damage. This is your typical kind of Dark Souls boss fight. Where you just melee the shit out of him. But also introduces some of the newer boss mechanics in the game. Which is, we're going to see here momentarily. Ow. Ow. Oh, God. All right. Let's try not to take any more shots. But we're about to find out. Oh, Jesus is the second phase. This is the new the Dark Souls mechanic taken out of Bloodborne. 2-phase bosses. Which is not necessarily new to the developers of this game, but new to Dark Souls player if you only ever played Dark Souls. His abyss kind of just jumps out. We just took a massive hit there. That was really, really poor. I gotta get out of the way, man. We're gonna down our Estus. Okay, we lost our stamina there. He might kill me. Let's hope not, because I haven't... It's the first time for everything. However, I haven't died to him yet, and I've fought him twice now. Good dodges. Let's not get greedy, like so. There we go. That was a really, really bad fight. But we got him. So, we destroy him. We get the coiled sword as a reward. And we destroyed Iudex Gundyr. What was his purpose? I don't know. Our ember was restored. You can see we have this cool fire little glow on us now. And that's basically the equivalent of humanity. What embering does means our max health is much larger now, as you can see. Also, we can assume that he came out of this grave here. He, too, was awoken. And he kind of guarded this area with the coiled sword in him. The question is, how did he get here? And how did the sword get coiled? Or how did the coiled sword get in him? Why was it like that? Was he just there to judge the Ashen ones as they came out of... I mean, this is the Ashen grave. So those who came in here with, like, any semblance of intelligence would have to kill him to get by. And we are one of many Ashen ones, as we're going to learn here, too. So, are we... You know, we're not alone. So does he come back? Do others take his place? I don't know. I just don't understand. And that's one of the things I like about the game. Again, beautiful scenery. Broken straight edge sword, which doesn't help. Yes, we can open the menu and look at things like that. Another little special something over here for us. Hey, buddy. Okay, killed him. Let's move on. Let's see what this is over here. Homeward Bone. We all know what that does. Brings us back to our bonfire. Or the last known bonfire. And I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, yeah, there is. So over here, it's going to throw our... Oh, no. Oh, he's over there. You can see him just overlooking his kingdom, as it were. A couple of undead over there as well. I love how he's looking over, like... Does he recall something? Because he doesn't do anything other than just kind of stand there. He's going to throw a firebomb at me, apparently. Let's not fall off the edge. Always attacking an enemy on the edge scares the fucking balls out of me. One wrong move and you can fall to your doom yourself. Let's go kill these guys. Free souls, essentially. Yeah, I see you. Okay. Nothing I can fall down over there. Have I explored... I can't remember if I've actually explored everything over here, but I'm going to go over here now and see if there's anything over here. Oh, wait, no. I think there is something over here. Ember ahead. Oh. Oh, hey. What's up, doggy? Dogs are annoying as always. Is there an ember ahead? I don't remember. Oh, you are correct. So why did he have an ember? Curious. Let's not fall off the edge. Let's not die this early on. See how much I can keep my deaths minimal until I get to the blind area. Spoiler, probably not going to be able to keep them minimal. And now we enter a very familiar place. Can I leave a message? I want to see. Oh, let's see. Geography. I'm looking for attributes, concepts. Maybe that's in here. Well, I'm looking at like home ahead because we're about to find somewhere. All right, well, let's do templates. Time for joy. Time for joy. We walk in. Welcome. To Firelink Shrine. Kind of the hub world of this game. Music is great. really fitting. And those ahead of you are the empty thrones for the Lords of Cinder. But first, some introductions.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their molding thrones. But we're talking true legends with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think? What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their molding thrones. We're talking true legends, those who would link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots.
From that little bit of information, we can learn that no, we are not like the only one. Much like when we are undead or hollow, we are one of many. So if we come up here, we can check these thrones and who they belong to. Yorm the Giant of the profaned capital. Watchers of the Abyss. Holy King Lothric, last hope of his line. Ludleth the Exiled. Saint Aldrich of the Deep. His is the only one covered by some weird cloth. But more importantly, it seems one of the Lords of Cinder is already here. Hello, sir. Now, why are you here? And how did you get here? And you're missing your legs. I can't help but notice.
All that unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludleth of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred corpse. This sad cadaver, no need to be coy. Have a closer look. Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast fading flame must be licked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a Lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus. Knowest thou?
So there you go. So he linked the fire.
Do not be away over long.
So he linked the fire a long time ago, and he has reawoken, and yet he doesn't have to be returned to his throne. Interesting. Why do they need 5 lords to link the fire this time? Is the world so far gone that is a necessity? Another interesting character, if this game does take place way past Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, is the man up ahead. But hang on.
To make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont, no?
Always so giggly. She sells all kinds of fun things, as you can see. Dried Finger, which if we take a look, online play, Dried Finger, multiple knuckles. Used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allow the summoning of a third phantom, but also a second dark spirit. Also makes the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier with caution. So yeah, she sells all kinds of stuff that we can go over in time. Yes, souls, I got you. So again, curious. Again, I mean, we understand time is a fickle thing in these lands, as is was made clear in Dark Souls 1, but hello, old friend. Why are you here? Could this be a man, or could this be a crab? Interesting.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
Andre, how's it going, buddy? So we can do all kinds of things like reinforcing weapon, reinforced weapons, Estus, all that good stuff. We'll bring him Estus shards as time goes on, and all that goodness. And down here, if we go loop around, it really doesn't lead to anywhere. I've explored it, doesn't do much. And the final one, now this one's interesting for me, because we see her in the cutscene, and she's putting on this headband when we see her in the cutscene. And the headband, there's like a swirling darkness. So is she looking into the abyss with her headband? I don't know.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
So we can talk to her, level up through her. Basically, the leveling mechanic of Dark Souls 2 makes a return in Dark Souls 3.
To be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels.
And that is what we'll do.
Then
Let's level up.
Take nourishment from these souls.
While she's leveling us up, she's actually chanting something, but I can't fucking understand what she's saying. Alright. So let's bump our dexterity up to 14, our strength up to 15, and our stamina up, and our vigor up. Yeah, let's do that for now. It's good stamina up, and our vigor is health. We'll just go ahead and put these in for now. Doesn't matter too much. And that noise is freaky. I kind of can hear her.
Farewell,
We'll leave.
Ashen One.
So,
Flames.
So the reason we needed that coiled sword, by the way, is for this. This unused bonfire. We take the coiled sword, place it in, kindling this fire, and lighting the bonfire. And from here, we'll be doing most of our traveling. This is where we will basically use this, and Cemetery of Ashes where we were, but this is where we're going to be traveling around the world. High Wall of Lothric is the first place we'll be going. Directly through here. And as you'll see, again, the Firelink Shrine acts as sort of our hub world, as it were. A little bit of long loading times in this game as well. But where it loads us is here. A chapel with yet another Lord Vessel type looking bull with what looks like a coiled sword next to it. Interesting. Why? Who the fuck knows? It's still very cool and very interesting. However, let's pop open these doors before we wrap this episode up. And we are now on the high walls of Lothric. Looks like Anna Orlando over there. Really, really pretty game. It's absolutely fucking gorgeous. I love the way this game looks. However, this bonfire marks the end of our first day of journey. I hope you guys are excited to play the game along with me. I'll be trying to look and discover as many things as possible. And if you guys are enjoying it, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, all that good stuff on a new series like this. It means the world. Trust me. And it helps so very, very much. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.